All right, welcome to the Cold Blooded Podcast. It's going to be our first episode today. Just going to be a
Mm-hmm.
trial run. We're going to do a little alternating mock draft in the spirit. It's Senior Bowl week. Been watching Senior Bowl. We're going to do a little alternating mock draft, but this mock is going to be a what we would do mock. So
Yep.
me and my co-host here, Rob. I'm coach, by
What's
the
going
way. I
on?
know I forgot to introduce myself. We're going to go through each team as if we were the GM and make a pick that we think would best fit that team. So this isn't necessarily what we think will play out, but it's just, kind of like what I would do, what we would do. So we're
Exactly.
going to put Rob on the
So,
clock first with the number one
yep.
pick, and the Cincinnati Bengals will take.
So we all know this pick. It's already known. They know who they're taking. They're going with Joe Burrow, LSU. With the second pick in the draft, the Redskins pick.
Now, this is a home run pick for the Redskins. They get a true difference maker here. It's, you know what? They get that card. They're going to sprint it up there and turn it in. No doubt, Chase Young. You have to go with the best player on the board. I mean,
Good
you
pick,
could
easy.
consider something else, but it's most likely going to be Chase Young here. I would take Chase Young, boost that pass rush, get somebody opposite of Montez Sweat that could do something, and
Definitely.
maybe you have one of the better young edge rush duos in the league.
I like that. With the third pick, the Lions, I think will take Jeff Okuda, 6'1" corner. That's going to be their Darius Slay replacement in a few years when he's done. They need a really good number 2 corner, especially with all those receivers in the NFC North. I think it'll be a great pickup for them, and it's the best option
He
for them to pick.
he's also a very good scheme fit. They play a lot of man coverage up there with Matt Patricia. So, I
Right.
know a bunch of Lions fans, they're high on Amani Awurie, the corner from Penn State. They got out at the 5th round last year. But still, in today's league, you can never have enough corners. So, I
For
mean,
sure.
it's a no-brainer pick. And with the Giants here at number 4, I mean, this is an interesting pick because you got a lot of players on the board. You got you can
A
go
lot of talent.
linebacker, you could go D tackle. Well, I wouldn't say D tackle, that's a joke. But definitely for me, I think I'm going to go with Andrew Thomas, the left tackle out of Georgia. We need to shore up our offensive line. Maybe getting a boost to the offensive line by inserting Thomas and sliding Nate Solder over to right tackle. I feel like that would
Mm-hmm.
improve that offensive line and give Daniel Jones more time to throw.
I like that. I like that. Um, so with the 5th pick, the Dolphins, I don't like this pick, but I think it's the safe pick that they're going to make. They're going to take Tua here, but I don't like the pick. But if I was the GM, I would do it just so I know I'm safe getting a quarterback. I don't think that the Dolphins will be the worst team in the league next year, so they won't get Trevor Lawrence. But I feel like they're also not going to be the best team, but they'll be stuck with a moderate pick next year. But with this pick, they're going to get their quarterback of the future. And it's going to also swing the draft board completely, making the Chargers pick someone urgently with their 6th pick. So with
That
the
is
6th
true.
pick, Nick, who are they taking?
With the Chargers, you know what? We're soft up the middle. We tried addressing defensive tackle last year with Jerry Tillery in the first round, and he has not lived up to that billing. So we're going to take Derek Brown and really plug up the middle. I mean, left tackle was an option, quarterback was an option, but I'm just not comfortable at 6 taking Justin Herbert.
Right.
Um, and I feel like the Chargers are a team that if they want to upgrade their offensive line, they would do that through free agency.
Yeah, definitely.
So now we got the Panthers on the clock.
So with the Panthers, because they just lost Luke Kuechly to retirement, I think it's probably the most safest bet. Even though Isaiah Simmons does not have a certain position set in stone yet, you've seen him play elite at 2 levels as in a safety and a linebacker, and I think he's the perfect replacement for Luke Kuechly because he's fast and he has good ball skills. So I'm saying that they pick Isaiah Simmons at 7. I know it's kind of crazy
Yeah,
because they're not sure about Cam Newton and his situation, but I think that's the best pick to try and help them keep that captain on defense.
I mean, yeah, Simmons definitely right there. I mean, it's just what the way the NFL is going. Just safeties that are
Right.
linebackers, linebackers that are safety. You just want a versatile chess piece, and that's what Simmons will bring to the Panthers defense, who lost a big
Exactly.
piece in Luke Kuechly. Now with with the Cardinals on the clock at 8, you know what? This is going to be kind of a reunion of some sort, a sooner reunion. We're going to bring in wide receiver CeeDee Lamb. While
Ooh,
offensive line is a big need for the Cardinals, I just feel that they just need playmakers because Kyler is so mobile. He can deal with some of that not having the best offensive line because he can extend plays and get outside the pocket. I think
I
getting
like
him a
that.
true number one receiver in CeeDee Lamb would do wonders for his career.
It's a good pick. It's a good pick. With the Jaguars, with Yannick Ngakoue just posting on Twitter. I don't know what it was. It was something like sort of
That he was,
elusive to
the
like,
peace out or whatever. It was something
yeah.
along those lines.
So, with that being said, I think that they take Epinesa with this pick. It might be a little too early, some might say, but I think that they go with him just so they're assured that they have a good edge rusher for the near future.
Yeah, he's a safe pick. Good. I mean, he'll never be that high in like number one guy, but they got Josh Allen, and I think he's
Yeah,
a good. Like he can fit that Calais Campbell role, which that's what he is. I mean,
exactly.
he'd be a
They're
Calais
gonna
Campbell
be
replacement in
like
that
the
scheme.
Redskins, exactly. They're gonna get another edge rusher that's gonna pair up with another good rusher in their second year to help with their other person. Exactly.
And this is a very interesting pick because I mean, coming into the season, nobody thought the Browns would have the number 10 pick in the draft.
Right.
But they have a lot of problems on an offensive line, and I think bringing in a guy like Tristan Wirfs at number 10 would be good for them. He can play guard, he can play tackle. He's an athletic guy. He can get out and move, and
For
I think
sure.
that would really help Baker Mayfield.
I like that pick. With the Jets pick, this is assuming that Robbie Anderson goes bye-bye. I'm saying that they take Jerry Jeudy, the best receiver available on the board. 6'1", has a good frame. He's fast. He's physical. He can go get the ball when he wants to. He's a Bama player. I think that's going to be a good weapon for Sam
Separation.
Darnold to look to. Exactly. Yep. You already have someone, like Quincy Anune was still there. But if you add Jerry Jeudy, it's perfect. And I think that's who they'll go with in that pick.
Now with the Raiders at number 12, I mean this is a team with a lot of holes. They need a deep threat receiver. That defense is a
Mm-hmm.
mess. That linebacking core is a mess. But right here, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take a cornerback. We're gonna take Christian Fulton from LSU.
Ooh, early.
Like we seen last year. Mayock and Gruden, they like drafting guys that came from winning programs as they settled for. I mean, they reached for Farrell, number
Mm-hmm.
4 last year from Clemson because they said they like the culture and he's going to go with his winning players. So I think they'll take a corner. This is a big need for him, and they'll take Christian Fulton, LSU.
I like that. With the Colts pick, it's very picky because the Colts have like a lot of holes as well, and they're still kind of sitting on Jacoby Brissett and like counting on him, maybe getting them to the playoffs. I think that ends this year. They'll keep him as a backup, but they're going to draft Herbert at number 13. Just because they're assured they have a good rookie quarterback to help build with. And if he's not ready yet, you can still keep Brissett starting and then maybe let him sit out the
Yeah,
first season.
with a guy like Herbert, you're just kind of like drafting and stashing in like NBA terms. You're going to let him sit a year, and that's what
Right.
he needs because he's kind of raw, but he has all the physical tools and upside that you want in a franchise quarterback. With the Buccaneers, now this is a team that they missed on a very elite safety prospect a couple years ago when they
Mm-hmm.
passed on Derwin James and took Vita Vea. So I think they fixed that this year and get a big boost to that secondary, bringing in Grant Delpit. I think he'd be
LSU.
very good. Just spice up that secondary in that pass happy division. When you still got to go against Matt Ryan twice, you're going against Drew Brees. We don't know if he's going to come back, but looking forward, he'll probably be there. And then who knows with the
Mm-hmm.
Panthers what they do on offense, and that's just a very pass happy division. So you got to keep trying to just keep throwing darts at that secondary until you finally hit.
You finally hit on one. Yeah, and like having Julio in that division, having Mike Evans, I mean, even though he's on the same
Chris
team, it just gives you an
Godwin.
idea. Chris Godwin, yep, all those people on that team and in that division, you need people that can help you in your secondary. Now with the Broncos pick, you could go receiver here if you want to play it safe. You also could go safety, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have them take Bama safety Xavier McKinney. And this is me thinking that Justin Simmons will not return because he had a great year that the Broncos did not anticipate, and they probably don't want to tie up money into him. So I'm thinking that they let him go, and they'll just get their replacement at number 15 with Xavier McKinney.
With number 16 with the Falcons, we're gonna get an edge guy. It might be considered a reach, but just knowing what the Falcons like, they like those very top end speed rushers that we've seen them take in the past, and Vic Beasley and Takaris McKinley. So I think they're going to take Penn State edge rusher Yatir Gross Matos at
Mm-hmm.
16 and try to bolster that pass rush and try to get after those quarterbacks in that division as well.
Nice. So at 17, This one's kind of tough because the Cowboys,
They
they're
need
not
a
bringing
safety
back their
bad, but there's
corner.
not.
They're not
Yeah,
bringing not bringing back corner. They're not bringing back their receiver. Um, and there's no safety for them to go down and get right now because it'd be a horrible reach. So with this pick, I'm saying that they go and get Henry Ruggs. He falls to number 17 because they don't have Amari Cooper anymore. Michael Gallup can be a good number 2 receiver, but I feel like Dak Prescott needs a number 1 receiver to help
yeah.
when he goes
With
along with
Ruggs,
that
you're
running
getting that
game.
elite speed, deep threat, and you take the
Yeah.
top off the defense. So I
Even
like
though it
that.
hurts, Henry Ruggs will go to the Cowboys.
And with the Dolphins, I mean, as earlier, we took Tua. So we're going to try to shore up this offensive line. And we're going to take Louisville Cardinal left tackle, Mekhi Becton, the big mauler, 6'7",
Ooh,
370-pound
coming
tackle.
up in the draft.
We're going to try to – yeah, he's been a riser here recently. I seen him in one mock draft. I think the Move the Sticks, Daniel Jeremiah had him going at number 4. So he's
Wow.
definitely a riser.
Ooh. All right. With the 19th pick in the draft, the Raiders, since they already got an edge rusher, I'm saying that they go.
They took a corner.
Or
I took
sorry,
a corner from
corner.
them. Yeah.
Sorry, corner. With this one, I'm not too sure who they would go with here. They could go
Quarterback.
They could go
Maybe
quarterback,
receiver, linebacker.
Maybe they go T. Higgins here.
T. Higgins.
Maybe they go T.
he's a
Higgins.
big body guy, opposite of.
I mean,
Williams.
they have Tyrell
Williams.
Williams.
Is kinda big, but
He's big, but he's
more
only
of a
there
speeder,
on a
like
2-year
speedster.
deal, I think.
Speeder.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
not even, what am I saying? More of a speedster.
Exactly. I mean, and plus he's more of a veteran. He can help kind of give him some guides. And also, the Raiders love their Clemson people. I think you're just bringing in more winning mentalities into the clubhouse.
That's all facts. And at number 20 with the Jags, we lost Jalen Ramsey. We traded him to the Rams for a lot of draft capital. And I think right here we're going to take the best corner left, and that's going to be Trayvon Diggs from Alabama. He's a tall corner.
Nice.
He fits this scheme, this cover 3 type scheme. He can also play man as well. He's got good ball skills. I mean, if you watch that LSU game, I mean, he made some plays. He got burned a few times, but it happens.
He's physical.
I think that's the best. Happens. That's the best pick for them at 20.
Yep. With 21, my Philadelphia Eagles, after being down to their practice squad receivers and their third string receivers, we're taking CU buff Laviska Shenault. 6'2", 220. He is a great fit for this offense. He's Carson Wentz's new favorite weapon besides Zach Ertz, and I think he will fit in well. We still have Alshon Jeffrey, but he's getting old and he's losing his skills very fast. And I've heard some rumors about us or them maybe cutting him or trading him. We'll see where it goes, but I feel like they get their receiver, which they needed due to all of the corners getting taken down recently, like Trayvon Diggs, we said, and Christian Fulton.
Yeah, and I feel like with Shenault, like he needs to go to a scheme that's going to allow him to be versatile, and like the Doug Peterson, Andy
West Coast
Reid type
offense,
scheme on offense that they just incorporate playmakers. No matter what your skill set is, they'll find you a defined role and let you excel in that role. And I think that's a great fit for Philadelphia at 21. Yep. And with the 22nd pick in the draft, the Bills, I mean, they really needed a big body receiver, but there's not really one that I feel comfortable taking at 22. So I think with Lorenzo Alexander retiring, they're going to take LSU edge rusher Kayvon Chaisson. He's a versatile guy. He could play a little bit of off ball, but he's more of an edge guy. He's extremely raw. Needs to maybe gain some weight, but he is a freak athlete, and I think
he is
adding him to that defense with McDermott's scheme and just how the culture they have in Buffalo, I think he'd be a great fit there.
Yeah, for sure. So with the Patriots pick, I feel like, okay, are we sure about their center right now? Do we know if they have a legit center in town?
All signs are that he's coming back.
He's coming back? Okay.
Yeah, all signs lead to it. He said he wants to play, so we'll see.
Right. So with that being said, I feel like since they need an edge rusher, but there's not really any more left, I guess there is one left, but I'm not feeling Curtis Weaver. I'm looking at getting Raekwon Davis to shore up that D line. 6'7", 309 pounds. Go
He
and get
fits that scheme too.
a semi Vince Wilfork replacement and just clog up the defense right there.
Yeah, he's a big two. Like he can take up two gaps at a time.
Yep.
So I mean, I feel like that. Maybe that's what they need. Sure up that run game. They got gashed in the
Oh
run
yeah.
game several times
Look
this
at the
year
Derrick
by
Henry
Tennessee,
game.
and earlier when they played the Ravens this year, they got gashed.
Yeah,
Now at 24 with the Saints, I mean, they need a guy opposite of Michael Thomas, and
they
I was
do.
narrowing it down to Jalen Rieger out of TCU or Justin Jefferson out of LSU. And I think they're going to go with Justin Jefferson of LSU, hometown kid. I don't know if he's from Louisiana, but he played at
Nice.
LSU. So I'm going to call him a hometown kid. I just
There
think
you
it'd be
go.
a good fit. Can play outside, can play inside, and just really just give you something else outside of Michael Thomas. And I mean, Jared Cook stepped up too this year. So, I mean, you have Jared Cook, Kamara out the
He did.
backfield, Taysom Hill as a whatever he is,
Yeah,
Michael
running
Thomas,
back,
and then
tight end.
you add a guy like Jefferson. I think the Saints offense can take another level. They can go up to the next step.
For sure. I like that pick. With the Vikings pick, in wake of Xavier Rhodes deteriorating completely, they need to get a corner. And it's not sure if their number one, according to PFF safety, will return. I forget his name, Nick. What's his name?
Anthony Harris.
Anthony Harris. It's unsure if he will return, but I feel like they need to go. They need to go get a cornerback here. They're taking C.J. Henderson with my pick. 6'1", 192. Yeah, I like that pick.
He fits that scheme. As we've seen in the past, Zimmer really values corners.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, who knows? I like that fit. Groom him. He
Yeah.
could be a nice player. Now at 26 with the Dolphins, we're gonna do another job. We're gonna make sure that we protect Tua. I mean, he got that. He had that nasty hip injury. We don't want anything crazy to happen. So we're gonna shore up this offensive line and take interior offensive lineman Tyler Biadasz. I believe that's how you say his name, from
Diaz, something
Wisconsin.
like that.
Just really just shore up the line, protect Tua, protect our investment.
Gotcha. So, with the Seahawks, they need an O line badly. We all saw that in their game against. Yep. So, with Mekhi Becton being gone, with people like Tyler Biadasz being gone, Tristan Wirfs, I'm gonna have them take Austin Jackson. It might be like a little bit of a reach.
That's a great pick,
but
though. At 27, if you're getting a guy like Austin Jackson at 27, the value is insane.
Mm-hmm. USC, I think he'll fit in well and protect Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he's a great athlete. Can do a lot. He can kind of offset the mauling linemen that they look for in Seattle, give him a little bit of a different look. Now with the 28th pick, my Baltimore Ravens. I mean, I highly doubt this guy will be here. He was a late guy that said he wanted to come out. We're gonna draft Patrick Queen, linebacker from LSU. I mean, he's just a freak athlete. Just that what you look for in a modern day NFL linebacker. He kind of reminds me of Deion Jones when I watch him play. I mean, I know that's a lazy comp because they went to the same school, but I just think the Ravens, their biggest needs are definitely edge or linebacker. So either way, I was also considering Curtis Weaver because he fits the mold of a Baltimore edge rusher. You look at guys like Zadarius Smith, Matt Judon, those bigger, oversized, kind of weird linebackers that the Ravens covet. But I think that in this mock, we're going to take Patrick Queen and shore up the middle of our defense.
I like that. Now, being the Titans GM, you don't know what's going to happen. You probably will not re-sign Marcus Mariota. I don't know how sure you are with Ryan Tannehill.
They'll probably franchise him.
Maybe. But I don't want to get all that money tied up into Ryan Tannehill, maybe. I don't want to spend $15 million on 1 year of Ryan Tannehill. I think that this year was just a really lucky year for him. Yeah, I feel like it was more Derrick Henry and the defense kind of helping him out more than it was him. And then AJ, or is it AJ Samuel or AJ Brown? Sorry. Yeah. He's good, but they're gonna go Jordan Love here. It might be like a little bit of a reach. He's not a first round talent maybe to some people, but I think he would fit in well with the Tennessee Titans scheme. 6'4", he's tall. I think he has good instincts as a quarterback. Yep. Throw it up deep to Corey Davis, etc. He'll fit in well, I feel like.
And then at number 30 with the Green Bay Packers, this receiving core is definitely one of the worst in the league. They have no real true separators. So I think with at number 30, we're going to take Jalen Rieger out of TCU. Just, give Aaron Rodgers a deep threat. Um, just
I
something
like
opposite
that.
of Devontae Adams, which is very similar to the Saints situation. I mean, you had
Hmm.
they got a young tight end that I really like in Sternberger. They drafted last year from A&M, and he emerged in the playoffs. And against the Niners, I believe he caught a touchdown pass. You had him, Aaron Jones, and then you get a deep threat, a guy with elite speed like Rager,
He's
and the
nasty.
offense could probably take another step.
Nice. I like that. I like that. So, with the Chiefs needing a center, needing an O line, they have a lot of good pieces on offense, but you can never have enough O linemen. Um, I think that they go Solomon Kindley. They
It's a
shore
big
up their
dude.
guards. Yeah, that's who
Now
I'm
with
going with.
the last pick in the first round, I mean, you're looking at a team in the Niners. They have everything you want. Now they do have some
Yeah,
impeding. They have some guys that are about to hit free agency. I don't know if you necessarily want to pay Jimmy Ward, so you could probably be looking at that secondary. And this is a guy that I really like. He's out of Minnesota. He's the son of a former NFL player. We're gonna take
mm.
Antoine Winfield Jr., the center fielding safety out of Minnesota. I mean, he played big
Ooh,
time college football up there in the Big Ten, and I just think
okay.
he's a stud and he's going to be a riser. So that's who I would pick number 32 for the Niners because, I mean, Jimmy Ward is most likely gone with the way they have their cap situation. I believe they have like $5 million in cap.
Yeah,
So
there's
I
not
just think
enough to
that's the pick
re-sign
right
him.
there.
Yeah.
All
Alrighty.
right. Well,
Well, there
that
you
was our
go.
first mock draft. What we would do as the GM. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks.